Welcome back, my friends. I'm about to start this new project here with these Battle-Born lithium iron phosphate batteries. But first, I want to thank all of the new subscribers to the channel, those of you who have left positive comments and asked questions or given a thumbs up. Thank you so much. You're the motivation for me to record and publish this next project that I'm working on here. And if you remember my last project, it was with this Goal Zero Yeti 500X, and I was running tests on this DC fridge freezer and how long the fridge freezer could run before it depleted all of the power out of the Goal Zero. And I didn't get that far. The fridge freezer, it was only running about 13 to 15 hours. And I've gotten a lot of questions on, is this a good unit to go off grid? Well, not if you're going to be running a big fridge freezer like this. If you want to go for multiple days off grid, you're going to need something with a lot smaller, a lot less capacity, and doesn't take so much power. But with this project here, the reason why I got into the lithium iron phosphate batteries and like the Battle-Born brand here was because ultimately I'd like to have an RV. And I can't afford an RV. I don't have room for an RV. But if I had an RV and the power went out here at the house, I could use the RV, I could use the fridge in the RV and boondock at my own property. We lose a lot of power here. As a matter of fact, we had no power for most of Christmas Day this year. And so one of the things I'm going to work on with this project is when the power goes out at the house, I want to be able to run the fridge for a little while. It's not the full fridge. I'd run this fridge freezer here and keep that going, because we sometimes lose power for a week on end, and I have a generator under there that I bring camping, but a bigger one than in the backyard. You can't run your generator for a whole week straight. You need to have another energy supply where you're storing the capacity, running the critical things you want to run during a power outage, and then recharging that capacity and replenishing it, either with a generator or with solar panels. So it's taken me a while to acquire all of the equipment and the gear that I was going to need for this next project, but I finally have everything I need, and I've laid out what the next project is going to be. The objective of this project is to build a system that can run a small fridge freezer and some small appliances, as if it was going into an RV or a converted van, because ultimately that is my goal. This isn't a permanent system here at the house, but while I have it and I'm using it, and we do have power outages, I will run it to power a small fridge freezer, because typically when power goes out, everybody thinks save the food. So that's top of the list. A lot of times here, when we lose power, the internet is still available. But with the internet, you need to have your Wi-Fi router, backed up power, and if you have Verizon, you may have a network box like I do over there, and there's a small backup battery in there, but that only runs for a few hours. So when the power goes out here, cell service typically is not good. Having internet could be really key. So the goal would be to power the Wi-Fi router upstairs using the Goal Zero, and then down here in the garage, it's the fridge freezer and also the Verizon network box over there. So at least we can keep the food saved and have access to the internet. After doing research, I chose the Battle-Born batteries because of the high quality. And also, very importantly, in the Battle-Borns, there's a built-in BMS, battery management system, which protects the battery. These batteries are not cheap, and therefore having protection for the battery is very important. And with that said, I also chose another manufacturer called Victron for my other devices. These Victron devices are Bluetooth compatible, and so there's a Victron app that you can run, which I'll show you in a later video, and that app enables you to monitor all of your Victron devices in here. So I actually have 4 of them. There's the AC recharger here. There's a solar charger, a battery protect, which gives additional protection to the battery besides the built-in BMS on the Battle-Born, and then also a battery monitor right here, which gives you all of the vitals for the battery monitor, and that battery monitor needs a shunt right there. Other parts that I have on here is an inverter here. This is one that I've had for a while, and so I've added this into the system, the best tech. And then there's some other switches. The switch that will go to the battery and will light up the board. And then we have a switch going to the load, and so I can disconnect the load. And we have fuses along the way. There's fuses before the load, fuses going to the solar charger, and a negative and positive bus bar. Here's the negative bus bar, and here's the positive bus bar. So that's the upcoming project at a high level. I'm going to be working on this for the next few weeks. I'm going to publish this video very soon, upload it, and then do the project, record it along the way, and upload more videos and see how this project goes. If you're interested in this, please think of subscribing to the channel and giving it a thumbs up. So more to come, my friends. In the meantime, have a great one.